Yes, Suraj. Can you just brief me about your current project and the roles and responsibilities you have in current project and the technical stack?
Sure, sure. So I have 6 years of Java backend development experience. The current organization that I'm working on is Mobilium India Private Limited. I'm working here from last 2 years now. The tech stack that we are having in the Mobilium for the project that I'm working on is like Java 8, Spring Boot, microservices, and for the database side we are having Oracle, and also we have NoSQL database, which is for Couchbase, and we are having the we are having the like for logging mechanism we have used here Splunk as a as for generating microservices logs and for generating alarms if any situation occurs, and here we are not following any CI/CD tools, but yeah, we are using Git for the code management and tagging them. Rest the release management takes care of, parsing, making it in a bundle and providing that to the client for deploying part. And we are also slowly moving to the containerization part using Docker and Kubernetes. So yeah, these are the tech stacks that we are following. And also in my previous organization I had experience of like migrating Kafka with AWS, SNS, and SQS. So using that we have like using AWS SDK, we did that migration over there.
Okay. And what are all databases you have used or worked upon?
I have used MySQL, Oracle, and recently using Couchbase. These three databases I have worked on.
Okay. And any experience on writing a procedure and functions?
Yes, in when I was part of Oracle, yeah, there I did writing procedures and function. I have that experience as well.
Okay. Sure. And have you worked on multi-threading?
Yes, yes, I do have experience on that part as well.
Okay. So, can you tell me, like, which module you are currently working upon
Yes,
in your pro?
yeah, yeah. I am working upon a microservice which is ABS and NEF. So these three module I am working on. So ABS is area based steering, and so like when we are roaming from a place to another, and let's say that place is a border, like I am in India but I am near to Pakistan border. So at that time, if I am getting Pakistan's network, so that will charge me more money. So that our tool is to bring back the subscriber to the domestic network, not using the international network. So we using the laxel IDs of the network, we check whether it is in the current domestic network or not. If it is in India and still getting outside location, international location, so that is the functionality that I have developed. Also I am part of the TDA functionality, wherein I like we are making the report for the usage of user. So when user is, so let's say you are a Geo user and you are using Vodafone's network, so at that time how much data or how much SMS or how much voice data you consumed for from the Vodafone network. This report I am making using Spring Boot architecture for that.
Okay. So you have worked on microservices.
Right.
Okay. So how much will you rate yourself in Java out of 10?
I will rate myself 7.5 in Java.
Okay. So can you tell me difference between aggregation and composition?
Yeah, the difference between aggregation and composition is like so we are talking about has a relationship and is a relationship. Has a relationship is so let's say I have a class A and it has a reference to class B. So that means that it is having like the class A has the class B. Whereas if a class A is extending the class B, then it means that it is class A is a class B. So this is the difference between both of them.
Okay. So, so can you tell me like four pillar of oops, giving a real time example, real life example?
Yeah, yeah. The four pillar of OOPS are like abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. So when we talk about abstraction, so we can take the example of the ATM machine. So we are only aware that it will give us money, but how it is giving the money, that we are not aware. So that is what extraction is, just telling about the implementation, but not providing the current implementation, like the instance implementation that will be provided by the instance that is using it internally. So this is how abstractions work. And encapsulation is just binding a pojo into a like a secured thing. When we are making the member variables as private, and exposing the only the getters and setters, so that it can be accessed by the outside world, but making the member variable as whatever, it makes it encapsulated in a one capsule. So that is encapsulation. Also, polymorphism is like having one name and doing different activities. So having one name and doing different activities is like, let's say I have a add method, and that method takes in one instance it take two parameter, and it also has a different method which takes three parameter. So here it is like the method is same, but it is adding once two numbers, and once it is also able to add three numbers. So this is one name having different like performing different activities. And we so the other was inheritance, which is very much useful for the reusability. So let's say whatever my parent has, by default I will get that, and if I have anything like any problem in that implementation which as parent has already did, I can happily go and override those changes. So yeah, this is the example of all those things, all the pillars.
Okay. Hmm. So can you tell me like what is constructor overloading?
What is overloading?
Constructor overloading. Yeah.
Constructor overloading is nothing but, let's say I have five parameters to in a class employee, and I want employee to be loaded with two parameters, also with three parameters, or also with five parameters. So I can have multiple constructor instances. So this multiple constructor that are there is nothing but the constructor overloading.
Okay. So can we declare a overloaded method as a final?
Declaring a constructor as a final, overloaded method as
No,
a
no,
final.
not a, yeah, overloaded method as a final.
So overloaded method as a final. Yeah, we can. I don't see any problem in declaring a overloaded method as a final. It is just that you won't be able to make any changes after that in the method. So yeah, we can make it final.
Okay. And suppose I have one method overloaded in my class, and suppose I want to override it.
Okay.
So will
No,
that
no,
be
it will
allowed?
not work because you cannot override a method which is declared as final.
No, no, not final, not final.
Okay.
So suppose you have a overloaded method,
Uh huh.
and I want to override that method in another class.
Okay, so
Will
let's
that be
say,
allowed?
for example, I have a class employee, and that employee has two
Mhm.
methods, which is print, and in one print
Print.
method, it is taking email details, and in other print detail, it is taking email details and mobile number details as well. Okay, if I am
Mhm.
extending this email class, employee class, and I want to like override the functionality of print method, which is taking email and mobile number, yes, I can do this changes in my child class. Yeah, I can override a overloaded method, definitely.
Okay. And can we override the static method?
Overriding the static method is basically not actually overriding, that is method hiding, because the
Mhm.
static implementation remains with the class level, not the instance level. So that is method hiding. Yeah.
Okay. And on a similar line, can you tell me what is data hiding?
Data hiding. Data hiding is basically data hiding method hiding. I am aware about data hiding is so any which ways the member variables are part of the class only. We are not able to override them. Uh, I need to check this. I'm not sure about it, sir.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. fine. So coming to multi-threading, can you tell me like have you used executor service framework or
Yes,
like
yes.
can you tell me like in which scenario you have implemented and how
Yeah.
you have implemented it?
Yes, yes. So I have used the executor service only, and I have using the executor service. I have like used the instance of schedule thread pool. So in the thread, the implementation like which we have done is we have a microservice which will get a request and it has to reply after a delay of 5 seconds. So to implement this we have like created a schedule thread pool, and this 5 second number is not a magical number. We can get it configured to a property file. So this user has this capability of changing this schedule thread at how much delay he wants to fire another request. So the use case was to have a delay before firing another request. So for this use case we have I have like used the scheduler fixed thread pool, and using that I was able to achieve that. So like after a delay it used to execute the task, whatever task we have given to the thread.
Okay. So can you tell me like what are all implementation available in executor service framework?
Yeah, there are three implementations available in executor service framework, which is fixed thread pool, cache thread pool, and schedule thread pool. So fixed thread pool is nothing but the you already tell the executor service these are the number of threads that you can use, and the thread the all the like if you have 1000 tasks and you are telling the fixed thread pool of size 10, then only those 10 threads will be performing those 1000 tasks like parallelly. And new cache thread pool is basically for a use case where the wait time is not that much, the latency is very less. So we should be using only in that cases the fixed cache thread pool, because it will go and utilize the threads as per the demand. So if it is taking if the task is going to take a lot of time, so we might have a problematic situation wherein it will utilize all the thread, and the task will be again in a lot of wait state. So if so as I said, if it is a quick task, only at that cases we should be using cache thread pool. Also we have the schedule thread pool. I think it is for scheduling a thread with certain delays. So yeah, that is what the different implementations are there in executor service.
Okay. And can you tell me how you have used the locking mechanism? Have you used re-entrant lock or semaphore lock or
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
you used wait and notify method?
Yes, yes. So for locking, I have used till in my overall experiences is like I have used the synchronized block first of all. Using that also I can achieve the locking mechanism. I have also used the reentrant lock, wherein for a certain task when I am to do and I want the other threads to wait, I apply the lock.acquire and lock.release. I am also aware about the wait notify method, which we can apply on the object of the current object that is utilized by the thread. And once the task is done, we notify the other threads. So we can achieve locking mechanism by that as well. Also I am aware, I have not used it, but I am aware about the cyclic barrier and the phaser, also semaphore, how this locking mechanism works. So it waits till the time for cyclic barrier, it waits till the time all the, like, let's say number of group of thread has not completed the job, and then it starts the processing. So yeah, this locking mechanism I'm aware about.
Okay. So any design pattern you are aware about or have implemented in a project?
Yes, I am aware about the design patterns, like creational design patterns, like singleton factory design pattern and the builder design pattern, prototype design pattern. Also, I'm aware about the strategy design pattern, observer design pattern. Uh, yeah, and implemented. We have implemented the singleton design pattern mostly in the Spring Boot project for the DB connection pools and the logger classes. Also, I have made the we have a one functionality of notifying the group of people who are like subscribed to one of the instance. So we had this notify me button wherein I have used the observer design pattern. So if there are any entries in the network list, we notify all the subscriber that the network has been like a new network has been added. So the subscriber has to first go and tell the like the network that notify me once the network is available. Then they become the subscriber to that observer class, and then the observer class updates the subscribed observable classes. So that is how we have made the observer class as well, observer design pattern use case.
Okay. So, can you tell me the difference between factory and abstract factory?
Difference between factory and abstract factory. Uh, Factory is nothing but so let's say I have a vehicle interface, and I have multiple instances of this interface. Okay, so a vehicle can be of sports vehicle, it can be of public vehicle, or it can be of off-road vehicle. So at a runtime, when I am like leaving from my home, I will just tell the factory that I want public vehicle. So that factory will give me that instances. The instances are readily made inside the factory. So this is what factory is. Abstract factory, and I'm not sure about that. Need to check.
Okay. Fine. So, any collection classes you are used and aware about?
Yeah. I have used like the data structure, like array list, hash maps, uh, and I've also used the linked list, set. These data structures I've used.
Okay. So, will you be able to write a customized linked list class?
Yes, I will be able to.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
I
Please
will
share
share
screen
my
and
screen. Yeah. Is my screen visible to you?
yeah.
So first of all, for linked list we need linked list are nothing but nodes. So we have to create a node first, node class, and the node class will have nothing but a node and a next reference of node, and the node constructor, it will be created with the data. It will be having this data is equal to data, and this dot next is equal to null. So this is node class which is ready. Then we will have a linked list class. This will have a reference to node which will be noted as head. So link list constructor, it will be created as this dot head with a null. Okay, this will be created as this dot head with null. Then we will have different methods like inserting a node. Public void insert will come with a data. How it will insert is, first of all, whatever is coming, we will create a node with that. New node with the data. We will check if head is null. So checking this, we will get to know whether it is a first variable or the last variable. If head is null, we will tell head is equal to new node. Else what we will do is, else we will create a node instance using the current, using the head, and if sorry I will have a while loop, while current not equal to null, till the time we are not finding the last, till the time we will be doing current is equal to current dot next. So this will, when it will give the null one, at that point what I will do is, once I find the current one as null, I will do, once I find, I will do the current dot next is equal to new node which I have created. So by this my insertion is done. Yes sir.
Okay. Can you write a core method to print the data?
Yeah. So public void display, first of all I have to check if head is equal to null, then it will return simply, okay. Otherwise अगर है ऐसा तो return, otherwise we will in the else we will create a node telling current is equal to head, and while current dot current not equal to null, तब तक नहीं है, तब तक we will keep printing sysout current dot data, and keep doing current dot next. So it will also increment and keep printing the data inside it, and once it is null it will come out. Yeah, it will simply come out of the loop and it will keep printing the data. Yeah sir.
Yeah, just share this code in a chat box.
Chat box. Yes, I have shared the code.
Yeah, it is partially printed. Just put the remaining code. Just it is display method.
Acha, right. It has reached till current node current. Yes.
Okay. So I pasted on problem statement chat box. So you have to find the max count word from the sentence. Like the string is this one.
So the Australia is output over here, right?
Correct.
Okay. So first of all we will split this using space, and we'll have a character array of that. Char array words str dot split, sorry s dot split using space for char out of words we are out of words, we will have a int int max, let's say int max int sorry int max size is equal to 0, let's say. Then here we will have max size is equal to math.max of max size or c dot length. So this will give me the max size, and I will return this max size. Yeah, using this I can find the max size of the maximum sized word. Australia will be returned.
Okay. Okay. Have it in a method or like.
Yeah, sure. I will do that. Yeah.
Okay. So max size. So it will print the max size, not the Australia, right?
Yeah, it will print the max size, correct.
No, suppose based on the max size, we have to print the word Australia.
Acha, okay, that is the problem. Okay, we don't want the max size, we want Australia. Okay.
Yeah, max count word.
Okay.
Means whatever word has the max count.
Understood. I can run it again. Basically, I can execute this for loop again, the same for loop. And if c dot length equal to max size, then print c. Yeah, this will print.
Okay. Can you now think about using the same for loop, or can you try doing it in same for loop?
Yeah, sure. What I can do, I need another variable. Max size c dot length. If it will be not printing the only one word in that case. If current size is greater than the previous size, So first India will come, Australia will be printed. India ka size I am holding here. So the first position I will hold is the size. Okay. Int f length. So f length is equal to words of 0 dot length. Let's say if f length, so max size is, if max size is, if max size is greater than f length, if max size is greater than f length, then print the word. Basically this we can do. So I have taken the first character's length, and
Mm-hmm.
if the, so at initial it will be similar, it will be not greater, and when the another character comes, which is Australia, comes and it goes inside this math.max method, it will have a size of 4 4 8 9, it will have a length 9. So now line is greater than f length which was India 5. So in this case it will be printing that Australia word, and it will not print the another words. Here I can also do one thing. Before printing I will do f length is equal to max size. I will change the length to f length size to the max size, so only the highest character word will be displayed in this case. Yeah.
Okay. Just share this code in a chat box.
Sure. Yeah, all line is shared. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can stop sharing screen.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
Okay. So, so can you tell me like bean life cycle of spring
Yeah.
bean
So
life cycle?
right. So initially, so the life cycle is nothing like, it is in the initialized state initially. So init state occurs for the bean, then it is in the active state, and it does the processing, and once the whole execution part is done, it gets into the destroy state. So from active to process to destroy, it will be initialized, and then it will be doing the task which has been asked to do, and then after that it will do go to the destroy state.
Okay. Okay. So, do you know what are all scope available in bean?
Yeah. So the scopes that are available for a bean are like singleton scope, prototypes, then we have request, uh, then we have global session scope. Yeah, these type of scopes are available for the bean. By default it is singleton.
Okay. Suppose there is a class, say like employee,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that is a singleton class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And inside that, if we introduce a object which
Mm-hmm.
is of type prototype,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
will with this config will the application starts up?
Yeah, the application startup will not be a problem. It will start, but you will not achieve that singleton instances. So the hazard relationship that you are having, startup will not be a problem, but the hazard relationship that you are having with the employee class, that object is of prototype. I am thinking how that will be behaving. So that prototype class will have new object every time. This singleton will give the instance to you. So now I'm thinking how this singleton class is made first of all. So you will be having a instance method, and you will be declaring the constructor as private first of all, and you will be returning it from the static method, and in the static method you will call the prototype class to create the object, and then you will inject that to the singleton class, basically singleton object. Okay, every time using new to the prototype will give the new. So yeah, the behavior will not be like we are not achieving complete singleton over here, but startup will not be a problem. Starting of the application will be done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So have you used JPA or Hibernate?
Yes, we are using Spring Data JPA here in the current project.
Okay. So have you done the setup or it has been already done and you utilize it?
Setup as in configuring the Spring Data JPA with the database, all those steps. Yeah, I am aware
Correct.
about those
Correct.
steps.
Yeah.
Like we have a dependency first of all in the pom.xml, and then we need to provide all the configuration for connecting to the database in the application.yaml file, wherein we give the database level details, so that JPA will use that in the behind the scenes, and it will create the connections for us. So yeah,
Mhm.
that I know that part.
Okay. Mhm. So which monitoring tool you are using in project
We
for
are using
monitoring microservices?
Splunk. We are using Splunk over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
And can you tell me like you have created a API,
yeah.
correct? So how you are authenticating or authorizing the user or the request?
Right. So we have this registration UL. This is the first message that comes to us from the subscriber when it is not having any network. At that time, when it is trying to latch onto the visitor network, at that time the first message comes to our microservice application, which is so the message goes to the API gateway, and from there we have like routed it to the auth controller, and we have opened the two endpoints. The first message is gone to that endpoint only to get the token. So we have used JWT token over here, and so we create the token after validating the registration UL message that has came, whether it has all the correct and configuration with the visitor network or not. All those things we first validate. We initially validate the entire JSON request that has came, whether it is having any injections inside it, any malicious request has came or not. So that validation we do inside our, and if the request is correct, we process for creating the token, and if it is not correct, we return with a bad request response. After that, we are creating the token and everything, and if we pass that token in the response, so for all the subsequent microservices call, we are using that token inside the header with the bearer with it, and then it gets validated, that token. So it has different checks like claims, age, and all those things. So we then validate the token and authorize the user to use the microservices.
Okay. So have you worked upon or aware about AOP, Spring AOP?
Yeah, like I am aware about it, but I haven't got any chance to but we are like using it by the exception handler class that we are having, using the @rest controller advice which we have created. So that exception handler is acting as a AOP only, which is coming in between whenever we are throwing any global exception, and then passing the correct exception handler class and giving us the correct response message at the client end. So yeah, that is acting as a AOP only. and it has different methods, like being around and doing it before or after a method, or you can join a different method using these AOP concepts.
Okay. Fine. So you have worked upon the Kafka, correct?
Yes, 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 yes. On a, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me like what are the advantages of Kafka over the MQ, and how you have implemented?
Over the advantages of Kafka
So
over the
MQ,
MQ. Okay.
yeah, and how you are implemented and in which scenario, and how you attend the fault tolerance. So suppose if anything failed, queue
Huh.
goes like this, Kafka goes like that,
Hmm.
multiple messages coming up in that
Right,
topic,
right,
and topic got full or something.
right, right, right. So the advantage is like Kafka is useful for a distributed application basically, wherein we are having orchestration. So at that phase, Kafka is quite useful. It is not limited to a standalone application or a monolithic application or a application which is like processing in that one world only. But for a distributed architecture, we are using Kafka, and the example is like, so let's say I have a order topic, and the subscriber to that order topic are, let's say, the delivery partners, which are Zomato, Swiggy, and whenever I'm creating the order, it is the Kafka will make sure the concurrency part that only one of the subscriber gets the chance to get the order details. Okay. And about the fault tolerance part, so let's say if the subscribers are down, and the polling stopped because of any problem, so at that time Kafka has this functionality of the offset number. So whatever messages that were polled earlier, that will be not repeated. It will again start with the offset number. So it will the only the latest messages which was not polled earlier when the system was when the system had gone down, that will be processed again by the Kafka.
Okay. So on a JUnit part, so are you involved in writing JUnit test cases?
Actually, haven't got that opportunity, but I am aware about that. So, like I am aware about the Mockito framework, which we are using for checking the repositories, whether the repository part is working correctly or not, with some of the like result statement that will come at us as a output. We will check that in a test annotated method, where we will have some assumption that this will be the output, and we will check with that. So if that is equals, then our test cases will be passed to just to identify whether the repositories are working correctly or not. So yeah, that part I have done.
Okay. Means currently you're not writing test cases or code
Yeah, it
coverages
is.
part in this.
Yeah, code coverages. We are using Sonar Cube for that, but test cases, yeah, we are doing manual thing for that. It is not implemented in the current organization.
Okay, fine. And are you involved in any deployment activities, or till the check-in you are involved, and after that DevOps team or the team come in picture for the deployment?
Yeah, yeah. So it is. I know what are the Jenkins steps and stages on the deployment file and the YAML file, the Docker files, how it works, how the Jenkins stages are defined in the Jenkins files. Like it starts from build to code coverage, testing part is there, vulnerability checks are there. All those stages I'm aware about, but haven't like actively worked on that, as we have a dedicated team for that. So but I
Mm-hmm.
know the configurations that they are using behind the scenes. So
Okay, okay, fine. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Suraj, I'm done from my side. So do you have any questions?
uh, yeah, I have some questions, sir. So questions like, I would like to get some kind feedback from you on which areas I should be working more on. And the second question is like, if I get this opportunity, what I should be expected to do? Like, can you, will you be able to highlight some
Yeah,
points on that? Yeah.
yeah. On a feedback perspective, I don't see much, but you will be aware about like what you might have missed as a part of preparation,
Ha ha.
or like if you have covered the core Java, advanced Java, and if you want to cover and if it is not implemented in current organization, you want as you are doing it outside of the like in a local environment or anywhere. So
Ha
I
ha.
don't think so anything based upon the 1 hour talk that we had is
Hmm.
required.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. On the second part, yeah, so we have multiple clients like Morgan Stanley and others where we will get deployed,
Okay.
and technical stack will be the same like microservices, Kafka, cloud. Cloud will be based upon the project.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it will be everywhere. So
Okay.
because there are some security concerns are there
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
it is goes to the BFSI domain. Other
Okay.
than that, like monitoring tools are there, like
Okay.
and same like Jenkins build there are DevOps team and Spring Boot, JPA, Hibernate that
Okay.
will come in picture. Then we have multiple flavor of databases like there are A2 database, Sybase database,
Okay.
so Mongo database. So based upon the project and the requirement,
Hmm.
the databases and that variety of technology will change. But the Spring Boot, microservices, Kafka will be the issue.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
for your
And
kind
do you
feedback.
have exposure to UI like
Uh,
Angular or anything?
Initially, I had like only HTML, CSS, JavaScript using the JSP pages, but I am
Mhm.
learning the React part these days. But just a learner, not having any hands-on experience on that part. Completely a Java backend developer. Like I have not got any opportunity.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, fine. No issue, no issue.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But if I get
okay.
the chance,
Have
I
a
will
nice.
be definitely be able to grab it and learn things as fast as possible. That will not be a problem.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye then.
Thanks. Yeah.
Have
Have
a
a nice
nice
day,
day.
sir. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.